July 25th, 2022 recap. Let's do it. So, on the Democratic side of things today, with a lot of understanding that big plans like the Build Back Better plan and a couple of other things that have been proposed and talked about and campaigned on by Joe Biden just aren't going to pass because they don't have the Democratic support and, of course, no Republican support. They're moving forward with a series of bills that looks like they're going to get done this week to try to, again, appear like they are doing something before the election comes up. Now, that cynicism aside, the bills are actually very popular. The first one will codify gay marriage. It's already passed through the House, likely going to get enough support in the Senate to be able to pass, and it will simply add to federal law passed by the Congress, signed by the president, that will go a bit beyond the Supreme Court decision with the Obergefell case that went ahead and legalized gay marriage a couple years back. The second bill, while it is nothing like what Build Back Better has promised to be, it is a $2.5 billion investment into batteries that are essentially for EVs. The obvious policy of this administration is that they are very pro-electric vehicle. They're doing what they can to be able to get as many of them as possible, which the retailers and the producers are pretty much following suit with that. Lastly, in addition, and this is just simply a philosophical difference between Republicans and Democrats, Republicans tend to do tax cuts and be able to give them to businesses with the theory that they're going to be put back into payments and into investment into their people, whereas the Democratic side of things tends to say tax credits, meaning you get the tax money back, assuming you get to do X, Y, and Z for your actual employees, and it doesn't allow owners to be able to do reverse buybacks and just consolidate wealth. And on the Republican side of things, it appears that the January 6th committee, in particular Session 8, actually had some effect in a lot of the Republican corners. There was a pretty significant poll taken about who would be the front runner should the Republican candidates be running today for president. Trump wasn't number one. It was Ron DeSantis. And Trump isn't happy about that because he's been venting on Truth Social about his disdain for that and what's taking place. I know a lot of people have argued about the insurrection and what took place on January 6th, but again, the narrative that seems to be winning over a lot in the middle and even those on the right is more about the dereliction of what wasn't done during the time that the siege was actually taking place. Combine that with the fact that OAN Network was dropped by Verizon and then possibly won't even be able to make it as a network anymore. And if you're somebody that relies on right-wing outlets, there's going to be less and less that are there, and some of the power is being pulled away from that Trump wing of the party, more to the Pence wing of the party that's going to be there. And that's the recap for today.